Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'm working with you step by step through each of the ABRSM Theory grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets. They're available to download in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. You'll find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also find out about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to make the best use of your time actually on exam day when you're working through your exam paper. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find it all there. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel and share the videos out. And now we're going to carry on with the paper A from the 2018 Grade 4 practice papers. If you turn with me to page 8, and we'll have a look at question 5 to begin with. So have a crack at this yourself. It doesn't matter if you go wrong, you can always just rub it out and have another go. It's much better to learn by your mistakes. So let's see what we're asked to do here. We're asked to transpose this melody down an octave, and we're going to be moving from treble clef to bass clef. So we've got to change the octave and the clef. So it's always a good idea to keep middle C as a reference point. So we can see that here's middle C at the bottom of the treble, and imagine that it's at the top of the bass there. It's worth thinking about it in terms of meeting together at the bottom of the treble, the top of the bass on the piano keyboard. So there's our reference point. So to begin with, we're on the F above middle C, and of course we need to go an octave lower, so we're going to be going to the F below middle C, which would be here. So that's our starting point. And so now we can just take it from there. So now we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4 to C, 1, 2, 3, 4 to C, and I'm keeping all of my notes aligned with theirs just so I don't get lost. I've got enough to be thinking about without worrying about getting lost. Back to the note we started on, up a third to the A, 1, 2, 3, there's the A. I'm not worrying about stems or anything else yet, just get the note heads in the right place and then we can make the decisions about the stems afterwards. Just treat it systematically so you don't make mistakes by trying to think of too much at once. So I've gone up a third again, and there we have the C, so an octave lower would be middle C, and so there's our checkpoint. We know we're in the right place. Down a step. Down 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Let me just tidy that bit up. I've gone over a bit there. So there's the B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 takes us to the F, which we should be on where we started. And yes, we are. Back to the B. So I'm checking the intervals against the notes that have gone before, but I'm also making reference to points that have gone before just as a double check. Now I'm going to go up a third. So 1, 2 is the ledger line. There's the D above middle C, and then up a third again. So D, E, F takes us there. Down a step takes us to that E. I'll put the dot in while I'm there. Up a step takes us to the F. There we go. Down a step back to the E. Oh, dearie me. It's a good job there's an eraser there. Down a step to the D. Down another step takes us to middle C. We're on C, an octave lower would be middle C. And we can tell that we're in the right place here. So that's right. And now we've jumped a whole octave down. That's middle C. So we're jumping an octave lower to this C here. If you're not entirely sure, count 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the space, 8 is the line. There we go. That's correct. Now from here, we're going up to the F where we started again here. That should be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the second line down. And that's right where we started. Keeping everything aligned with there so I know that I'm properly spaced and I'm not going to run out of space. Up a third, up another third should take us to middle C, which it does. Up next door, dot that, down a third takes us below middle C, back up to the D, up a third, down a step should take us to middle C. So this should be the same, yes it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 is the line, 4 is the space, and we can see that's correct, that's where we were before. Down a third to the D, up a step to the E, and then up a step takes us to the F to finish. So that's that done. Now we've got to worry about the stems. So here, these need all beaming together. These are stems coming down. This one should go up, but it's outvoted by these, so that one will have to have the stem going down in the middle. I think I'll use a ruler. There we go, stems pointing down. Now all of these are obviously stems coming down. We're above the middle line. Stems down. Could have been a bit longer. Stems down. By all means, use a ruler where you feel necessary. Keep it as neat and tidy as you can. Stems all coming down. No decisions to be made here. And that's that. There we go. Job done. Just take it a step at a time and keep checking back at reference points. There we go, next one. So now we're asked to add rest or rests, that's the important part, at the places marked with a star in these two melodies. So watch out, there are two separate time signatures, and so that will affect how we fill in the gaps. So not only do we have to get the maths right to fill in the bar correctly, but we also have to make sure that we reflect the time signature, because if you remember, each new beat requires a new rest, so we need to be very careful to be sure we know what unit beat we're counting in. And so here 12/8 is a quadruple compound time. We have 4 dotted crochet beats per bar that we need to make sure we show. We need to be able to show beat 1 or group 2, because each of those divides into 3 quaver beats, 3 eighth notes, because we are in compound time. So there's beat 3, beat 4, and so we need to show each new beat requires a new rest, except for the fact that just like in 4/4 when we're in quadruple time, we can show half of a bar in rest so long as we don't cross over the middle of that line there. We first came across this in grade 1 in 4/4, and that principle still remains. So instead of needing to do that to show each dotted crochet beat, each dotted quarter note, we can actually just show half a bar's rest with a dotted minim, a dotted half note rest there. So that's soon done. Now then here, don't let this duplet throw you. Remember, a duplet means 2 in the time of 3. We are stretching that, which is literally our dotted crochet group. So there's one beat at the end of the bar, there's another beat, there's another dotted crochet beat, 1, 2, 3. Here's a quaver beat, so we've got this group to finish, so we need to show 2 quaver beats, which we can show in a crochet rest or a quarter note rest. Remember, you can have that, but you can't have, if I just sketch this here, you can't have the other way around. You have to show 2 separate quaver rests, 2 separate eighth note rests there, and I can only imagine it's because we are trying to reflect that crochet with a dot unit there, that dotted quarter note there. So that would be the answer there. Now here we have 2 dotted crochet beats there, there's half a bar. Now we need to show each group of 3, so 1, 2, 3, that finishes that group of 3, that's that dotted crochet, that dotted quarter note group, and then we can finish the last group with a dotted crochet rest. You could, I suppose, do that, but you may as well pop a dot there to show this dotted crochet unit. So that's that one completed. Let's look at the next one. So then we're on 2 beats per bar, and each beat is a crochet or a quarter note, and we need to show each quarter note, each crochet unit. So we need to show 2 beats per bar, and we need to show where each new beat falls. So let's see what we've got in this first bar. We've got, we know that a crochet or a quarter note divides into 2 quavers, 2 half notes, which divides again into 4 semiquavers, 4 16th notes. And if we want to go into semis or 32nd notes, we're going to have 8 there. So let's see what we've got here. We've got one semiquaver here. Now these 2 demi-semis or 32nd notes combined give us another semiquaver. So we've got 1 semiquaver, and then we've got 2 there. So we can see there's our 4 semiquavers, 4 16th note beats, which give us a crochet beat. And also, if you remember, everything's beamed to show that crochet, that quarter note. So we can see at a glance, there's beat 1. Now we've only got 1/4 of a beat here, so we need to finish these 3/4 of a beat. We don't show it as a dotted note though, because that would imply compound time. We're going to finish that half of a beat and then show the last half of a beat like that. So we can see half a beat, and all together that gives us our crochet beat rest. So let's see what we've got here. So we've got 1 beat here, so that's all done with. Now here, that's a triplet, which means 3 in the time of 2. So we have a half a beat there, and so we just need a half of a beat to finish. There we go. So a bit of maths work going on, but just take it steady and you'll soon get that. I do hope that's helpful to you. We'll look at the final questions in the next video. I hope that it's helping you to get to grips with this subject. I hope that you're enjoying getting to grips with this subject. I'm certainly enjoying working through it with you. If you can give me a like, that would be really super. And please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more in store. Please do share out the videos. And also please do have a look at sharonbill.com and browse around all of the resource and information that's available there to help you. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.